Hi, I'm Ivory Becker, founder of Insight Strategies Credit Repair. We're going to be talking about the 7 deadly sins of credit repair. Don't fall victim to the common mistakes when working to improve your credit scores. Deadly sin number 1. It can be difficult to analyze the health of your credit. Don't ignore the issue, especially after a period of financial hardship or distress. Did you know late payments, charge-offs, and collection accounts often have errors that can impact your credit scores even further? These errors can help you fight against the credit reporting system, which is required to only keep information on your credit report that's accurate and complete. Sin number 2, being afraid of credit and canceling accounts. It may seem like a good idea to close all of your accounts to start fresh. However, this can lower your credit score even further. Closing your accounts can reduce the average age of accounts on your credit report, impacting your utilization ratio and much, much more. All of this damages your credit score even further, so don't fall victim to sin number 2, being afraid of credit and canceling all of your accounts. Sin number 3, blindly paying collections. Paying a collection does not automatically remove it from your credit report. There are many laws that surround collection accounts. Understanding your rights under these laws is important to protecting yourself and rebuilding your credit. Did you know third-party collection agencies do not often abide by the law? They may use fear tactics, making you feel forced to pay a collection. However, you have rights to obtain proof of any debt they're attempting to collect prior to making any payments. If you choose to go blindly paying that account, you may be paying a debt you don't owe. And secondly, you may end up lowering your credit score, which is an unintentional result of trying to do the right thing. We're on to sin number 4, failing to work on rebuilding your credit. You are beyond your financial hardship and you're paying your bills on time. So why does your credit score seem stuck? It's a question I often hear. You can't get out of credit purgatory without reestablishing positive credit. Without open accounts on your credit report, you may be preventing yourself from being ready for any sort of lender financing, including mortgages. But what you don't want to create is a high debt-to-income ratio for yourself, right? But there are ways we can rebuild and help you explore these options further. You can rebuild your credit by adding things like your rental payment history, utility bills, and much, much more. And we are on to sin number 5, not getting help for credit problems. One of the biggest mistakes people make with credit repair is doing it alone or choosing the wrong people to help. Fixing credit can be a lot like owning a car. You can probably do most things yourself, but when you start hearing clanking driving down the street, it's probably best to call the expert. And we don't mean the guy down the street who's always fixing his car in his driveway. Not all experts are created equal. Make sure you find a trustworthy specialist with the proper education to give you the best support. We often find people turning to quote-unquote experts who have fixed their own credit and opened a company. It's best to find someone with great qualifications and a great track record. Feel free to reach out to us if you're looking for some help in that area. We're getting close to the end. We are at the deadly sin number 6, maxing out credit cards. Did you know that credit utilization is 30% of your credit score? This means the higher the balance, the more your score is negatively impacted, specifically on your credit cards or lines of credit. Oftentimes, sudden big drops in scores are incorrectly attributed to a new inquiry, for instance. First, take a look at your credit card balances. Even if you pay off your credit cards monthly, your creditor may have sent the balance information to the credit bureaus prior to your full payment, causing a drop in your credit score. Keep low credit utilization, meaning try not to spend more than 8, at the most 25% of your balance on a monthly basis, so you don't see your score yo-yoing. This is number 7, not knowing the statute of limitations. Statutes of limitations are 2 categories. We've got a statute of limitations on how long a negative account can appear on your credit report, and a separate statute for how long debt can be collected through the court system. These statutes are based on the type of debt and the state that you live in. This impacts how a debt collector can enforce a collection or attempt to obtain payment on that debt. When it comes to your credit report, keep in mind, negative information can only stay on your report for 7 years. Now, this isn't 7 years from the date that you opened the account. This is 7 years from the date of delinquency. So it's important to understand the statute of limitations. This is probably the most overlooked deadly sin of all. Thank you for joining us in the 7 deadly sins of credit repair. If you're sick of doing it alone, let Insight Strategies help you out. We can help you understand your credit report, what's hurting, what's helping, and come up with a game plan so you can tackle the credit damage